All right. We got the Blue Archive videos. What's up, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. We're gonna be back in action every day of the week this week. Hopefully, if we can find enough content for you guys. Today, special favor I'm doing to a friend. My boy asked me to cast and analyze the draft and the gameplay for his upcoming scrim. So, guys, you guys, if you watch my content, you already know how I do things. But hey, we're gonna have a lot of fun. And we're gonna do this strictly professional. So stay with me, and yeah. Also, if you like what you see, remember to smash that like button. It's really important. It tells YouTube that we're cool people. So, other than that, click subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, because we've got double to triple uploads this week every day of the week. Thanks to Blue Archive and Fate Grand Order. So, hopefully you guys enjoy that bonus gacha content that I'm pumping out. Plus, we got some cool thumbnails in the works. Of course, when my lovely artist Vex will be back in commission. So, other than that, hopefully you guys just enjoy the show. Why does it never save the game as League of Legends? Like, I always have to input it from scratch, which kind of sucks, but hey. Sa'ariv, I guess. Sa'ariv. So, how are we doing tonight? We should be getting started soon. The lobby is supposed to open up for 6:30. So I believe they wanted to shift it up from a best of 2, like a 2-game scrim block, to a best of 3. So more than likely we're gonna look at a 3-game scrim block. I'm gonna pull up the op.ggs and stuff that I will have on a side window. I'll have the enemy's op.gg up. So I'm gonna be focusing mainly on what they're supposed to be looking at like ban-wise and picking against when it comes to this draft. So we'll see if they end up so we are gonna be putting some effort into, staying concentrated, staying professional and stuff. So banter is welcome and stuff, but it's my first time working on an official gig, so I'm really excited about it. So once my boy Pitsmishatos has the customs lobby up, I don't know if we are doing a pre-ARAM or if we're just getting into the scrim right away. So I'll let you know, and of course we'll get into the league client momentarily. So hopefully you guys enjoy the Mario Kart and Donkey Kong music, and if you have any suggestions for music that I can use, like video game tracks or whatever that you'd like to be added to the casting playlist for the like the in-betweens, just let me know. And I'll let them in. I'm a big fan of Mario and Donkey Kong games, as you can obviously tell. You want me to wait for people? Ooh, thank you for that likes button smashing. Sorry, I'm just answering a DM from Pitsmishatos. So, no worries about that. But, yeah, no. So, this is it's not my first time casting Pitsmishatos. I believe I casted him in I want to say La Mamago, maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I casted him in La Mamago. But then I don't recall getting to cast him much. So it's been a while, but hey, I'm looking forward to seeing what the you know what his squad of merry men do, and yeah. That's gonna be that. So once we get the lobby up and running, we'll get stuff going. Oh, I'm just gonna stretch a bit, so don't mind me. Gotta stay limber as we get older. Gotta take care of our bodies, cause a well-oiled machine runs well. And yeah, that's all there really is to it. Oh, there you go. All right, so we're gonna have one goal for this stream, and it's I'll set the timer for 2 hours, and there you go. All right. We've got a special goal for today's live stream. We can get one $2 or higher super chat. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the Prestige tier list, I will be wearing a pretty sussy shirt. So I do have a nice arsenal of very, very sussy shirts. So, look forward to it if we can hit that goal. I will, for this goal, I will also count one YouTube member subscription. And every time we reach a goal, the next goal will be a little bit harder to reach. But, it gets better incrementally as the things go. So. Okay, it is 6:32. Let me check on the status. Let me just see if we got the lobby up. Oh. Okay, they started in Aram. Okay, awesome. Well, I'll be able to spectate once they finish Champion Select. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. Fortunately, in Champ Select, you can't spectate the Champ Select outside of being in a custom lobby. So we'll have to wait till they get in game, and then we can do that. Oh. But from looking at the champion pools that I saw, I feel like we're gonna be seeing a lot of, at least for the scrim, from the side of Miaw. I feel like we're going to see some back and forth team fighting style drafts. We're not gonna see much 1-3-1 split push or heavy dive comps. Due to the fact that Fan, the support on the team, is an enchanter main that doesn't really like playing engaged support. So I feel like we're gonna get more like a front to back style draft. All right, they are in game. I will click the spectate button. So here we go. Should have saw perspective on the stream. We are gonna pause the music as we get ready to get into the game. We'll have in-game audio available for those curious, and we'll turn the music back on once we are out of the lobby. But for now, it's gonna be just some muted silence. Unlike custom games, when you spectate ARAMs or Summoner's Rift, the spectator delay only disappears at 0 instead of like 26, 28 like it normally does for custom games. For the people that didn't know. I've done quite a bit of spectating, so I got to do a bit of digging and research. But let's see, do the members of N9TF Miaw have skins, or are they poor? It's ARAM, so it might be a little rough to have skins on 5 champions, but hey, maybe we get lucky. Let's see what they have. We got that skin roulette, baby, and it's gonna give us It's gonna give us Odyssey, Twisted Fate, Spirit Blossom, Yasuo, IG, Kaisa, Nunu, and B-Lump, and Gnar. Unfortunately, Pachimisawa not one with a skin. If not, we would have had a full 5-man skin draft. Alright, I see that we have a lot of Snowball enthusiasts. Interesting. We have Shadow Boy going with the Ghost, and we have the heal here on Drunk One. Alright, so they're playing against some pretty toxic team comp. But yeah, here you go. We'll have directed camera on in a second. And let's see here. We're gonna be cheering for the blue side. See what they get to do. So it looks like we've got the standard mixed Kaisa build. We've got AP Twisted Fate. AP Nunu I'm not the biggest fan of, but I've never been a fan of AP Nunu. And I'm gonna guess Triforce first on Gnar. It could be Black Cleaver. But I think it's just gonna be the standard. Okay, we've got a nice gold card here from Shadow Boy onto Arit. Okay, some good poke, at least for the early part of the game, you know. The ability to land some good poke. I'm a little scared of what this comp necessarily does around the level 6 mark. Well, let's find out. Okay, we got the biggest snowball ever that is coming in. And the spear shot's not going to be able to find anyone. The Atshui does find 4 people, though. Fan here forced the flash away. And Ram Lethal is almost close to dead. Drunk One does get first blood, though. Shadow Boy might be in a bit of danger. And Vladimir is looking, flashes forward in the Tides of Blood. Is going to be able to find it. And now Samira is going to town. Big Booty Blast is looking to find Joel and is going to take him down as well. A triple kill. Goes for the Quadra and gets it. Big Booty Blast really smurfing in this Aram. Oh, wait. Oh, Smolder stole the Quadra? Damn, okay. Okay, Sigma gets stunned up by the gold card, rooted by the snowball. Fan takes the kill. Alright, we're looking for redemption. Joel has Steel Tempest at 3, but he's only level 4, so no Hasaki just yet, ladies and gentlemen. And now Drunk One is looking for some action, but had to use his flash to find the kill last time. Will not be able to find Arid here on the Smolder, but Drunk One with a nice Prey Seeker able to find that Smolder AFK under the turret. So I think it looks like we're gonna get a Monamune first out of this Kaisa. I kind of like that. I'm not the biggest fan of AP Kaisa builds, especially when you have mages on your team. So the AD to crit style Kaisa or hybrid Kaisa is also very nice. Let's look at the scoreboard. It's Aram. We don't need to have it up for the most part. Okay, Ram Lethal does get a nice snowball, jumps in, and Shadow Boy almost gets taken down. Big Booty Blast now on a rampage 4-0. They have to run away from this Samira who goes in here on the Yasuo, and now Joel might be in a bit of danger, but Big Booty Blast cannot find the target, draws the turret aggro, but Pitsimichatos is gonna be able to find the shutdown. However, in that team fight, now we already got the Collector here on Samira. That's pretty scary at this point of the game. Let's hope that Miaw can recover. And Fan gonna miss the giant snowball. Mom is coming in and she sounds angry. You don't want to piss a mother off, because when she brings out that chancla, you know you win for one hell of a beating. Okay, Joel trying to find some Steel Tempest sweeps, but Ram Lethal comes in with the Grand Skyfall, and Big Booty Blast finds more kills. A double kill here already, and now we're stacking up the letters. Fan gets knocked up, and now it's Daredevil time, baby. Triple kill, and Drunk One is going to be able to kill Big Booty Blast. They're denying that Quadra kill. But looking at that Samira, she's already at 5,000 gold. Okay, we got the Killer Instincts to Jackie Love. Is it going to be enough? He takes down the Ram Lethal. But now the Smolder looking to take the kill. However, it is Cho'Gath that goes nom. We've got the Destiny coming in here from Shadow Boy. And the Snowball to dodge the Steel Tempest. But Cho'Gath gets taken down by Pitsimichatos. This is rough. We're 4 minutes in at 23 kills. But they do have to be careful giving too much object permanence to this Samira. As we saw, she does pop off in these team fights, since there's a little bit of a lack of super hard CC besides the gold card and the Meganar. Alright, Fan charging up a snowball, looking to find someone, gonna find the minion instead. The spear shot lands, and Pitsimichatos gets in with the snowball, uses the Gnar, but can't take down Septivius, and now Big Booty Blast is gonna find another triple kill, Quadra kill. It's not a Pentheon, gets denied, and Pantheon mows down the Kaisa. Another ace here for Red Team. Miaw off to a rough start in this Aram. Will they be able to come back? Let's look. Okay, we've got some first item finishes. We got the Monamune now working on Jinsu's here for Kaisa. We got double Luden's Blicky here for Nunu and Twisted Fate. We got the Triforce. Okay, Joel does find the Steel Tempest here on Sigma, but decides not to press the button. I think they're going to be a little bit rough. The Rupture does knock up Fan, who is very squishy at this point in the game, unfortunately, with that AP build. Nunu's Q heals based off HP, more than AP. So, with the Luden's Companion and not like a Rocket Belt, poor Nunu's gonna get chunked pretty badly. Alright. Here we are, we're looking. We find a we find a red card, get a good slow here on Septivius, and now Fan loads up a snowball, but has to drop it away, gets jumped on, and now Sigma just takes just takes Fan to the buffet. However, Twisted Fate doesn't want Big Booty Blast to go off. A really nice narc here by Miaw to try and stop the aggression. And that's gonna be a double kill here by the Twisted Fate. Maybe even a is that a triple? No, it looks like Kaisa managed to kill the Cho'Gath. Alright, Drunk One is trying to get the suicide, but unfortunately, Big Booty Blast gotta be in range to do a lot of damage. And the gold card Yasuo knockup combo attack is gonna be enough to kill this Miaw. We get a nice Hasaki here, but Joel goes down, and now Miaw is getting chunked. And Shadow Boy has to be careful because Cho'Gath wants to nom nom that asshole, if you know what I mean, and that's exactly what he's gonna be able to do. Drunk One does find a Prey Seeker here onto. Wait, is it Prey Seeker? What is Kaiser's W called? It's Jesus Christ. It's called Void Seeker. Okay, finds a Void Seeker onto Arid, but decides not to commit the button. Didn't have the ultimate anyways. But here Pantheon goes in with the Aegis Assault, gets chunked to about half. And he's not really going to enjoy that. Let's look back at the items. Big Booty Blast almost on 3 items already with the Infinity Edge. They FF'd? Okay, well, we're going to cast till the end. It's a team fight that goes on. And now a double knockup here by the Cho'Gath, and Pantheon with the triple kill. Really going to town. Samira getting drunk off power. That's a double kill. And that looks rough enough. Alright, first turret likely gonna be going over to the side of Red Team, but they have no minions. So they don't deal much damage. It looks like we got an FF here from Miaw in the Aram. The Samira Pantheon Wombo combo was a little bit too much for our friends. Alright. Well, that was a funny round to guess. Yeah. Alright, let's get back into the League client. So now I'm just waiting for an invite to the lobby. Let me get the music back up and running for you guys. Oh, right. All right. All right, here we go. So we've got Atlas 512 versus Gatos Locos. Alright. Alright. Good. Alright, yeah, let me just get things sorted for you guys. We're gonna go into the draft lol cam. I've got the multi.gg. Okay. So it looks like we have N9TF Miaw on blue side, and we got Atlas 512 on red here for game number 1. Alright, so let's see. It looks like they'll be playing against an AD carry that loves the late game scaling. Also, there's a lot of Victor gameplay, but I'm not sure who's the mid lane. I can't really tell. I want to say it's Coach, but it might be Giga Chatatron. But actually, yeah, I'm not too sure. Alright. Alright, here we go. The draft has started. So let's see what bands we're going to be looking at. I'm expecting something like maybe an Urgot, a Zeri. I don't know if the Shaco band takes any precedence. Okay, so Zeri, the most played AD carry for the enemy, has been taken away. There's a significant gap between the top laners, Urgot, and any other champion he plays. So I assume maybe that'll be taken into consideration. I'm not too sure who plays mid between Coach and Giga Chatatron. Because the pools are a little weird. I think Zinc, though, is their jungle. Honestly, man, these OP.GGs are confusing. So I'm not too sure what we're going to see. Okay, Fan's Lulu has been taken off the table. She is an Enchanter main. So, oh, okay, the Kaisa being taken away. I thought Drunk One played pretty well. I don't know if Drunk One is the AD carry. Wait, let me check real quick. Yeah, Drunk One is the AD carry. Okay, so we are blue side. I thought the Kaisa was pretty good from the game, so but I guess we're taking it out. I don't see it here in the pool for the guy, but maybe it's because I'm just not seeing things properly. The Diana here banned away from Shadow Boy. Okay, so Shadow Boy a carry jungle player. All right, that's good to know. Let's see what else we get rid of. Are we going to ban that Urgot? Or are we going to get a third 80 carry ban in the likes here? Let us find out. Alright, the set is going to be taken off the table. Alright, it is played by both Zinc and Balls of Dragon. So... Alrighty. It is a good ban, especially if you are drafting squishies. Let's see here. Alright, Caitlyn gonna be taken away here from a Drunk One. So 3 total 80 carry bans in first rotation. Let's see what we opt to get in the first rotation. Tristana, a high prio pick for aggressive 80 carry. So a Drunk One is going to be able to snatch that up. But though, normally Tristana's pairing partners are aggressive engaged support. So I wonder how this laning duo is going to work out here for N9TF Miaw. Give me a second, let me just turn the sound off on my phone real quick. Alright, the Shaco gonna be locked in, so it looks like Zinc is the jungle and Balls of Dragon is top lane. So we have his comfort pick. Set jungle? Really? Okay. Well, I guess you learn things every day. I personally, you know, I would never pick set jungle, but hey, you know, the Shaco jungle does make some sense. Also pretty good into Tristana, you know, with the boxes being able to kind of fear her out of her plays. The Malphite looks like the mid lane pick, at least regarding what I can see. Only Giga Chatatron plays it. And I feel like he's the mid laner, because he's the only one who plays... Well, the coach fella plays some really interesting champions. Okay, so I believe that's Mordekaiser here for Petit Méchantos. As mentioned, really liking playing that champion. And I think when I played with him, he played it in an Aram, so and he looked kind of decent. So We'll have to see. If that Malphite is indeed top lane, the Mordekaiser should be a pretty solid matchup. But I really don't know where the people on Atlas 512 are going just yet. I'll have a little bit more information after this game number 1. Alright, so we have Shadow Boy here locking in the Nocturne. Very good having a jungler that has priority against the likes of a Shaco. Now, Shaco can be super hit or miss. He can either be a complete global terrorist to the enemy jungler, making sure that he almost never gets to farm any camps, or with Ignite, he can just sit in, like, I don't know, the mid lane or top lane and just assassinate people on repeat. Alright, the Neela here gonna be picked up for Atlas 512. So here I'm hoping on the side of Atlas that they do draft something that interacts with Neela, like shielding or healing, or a way to, you know, to proc that passive for some bonus goodies. Going into the second rotation of bans though, the 80 carries have been picked. What feels like both jungles have been picked. And now I think we're gonna see some mid lane bans. So we got the LeBlanc taken away here from Joel. And okay, I don't have this team's OP. I don't have Miaw's OP.gg. I was only given the OP.gg for Atlas 512. I had like the individual pictures, but I didn't have time to get everything set up. Okay, so the Cho'Gath gonna be taken away here. So odds are they do believe that the top lane pick has not yet been secured, looking to neuter the champion pool of Balls of Dragon a little bit more. The Urgot and Warwick are still available, but okay, yeah, the Urgot gonna be taken off the table. I don't know how good of a matchup Warwick is into Mordekaiser, but I know Warwick doesn't really like constant DPS, and with the Malady of Metal, Warwick is he's kind of stuck in the passive the entire fight. So that would be the last comfort pick, and then we move on to things like Pantheon and Rammus and stuff. But I don't know what Balls of Dragon is gonna like, and it looks like he is just gonna go with his comfort pick of the Warwick. So now Miaw has to finish off the roster, so we need a support, likely something with hard CC for the Neela, and we need a mid laner. Could be magic damage, could be physical damage, but we don't have many knockups. So okay, I like the Sylas here. You've got some great ults like the Infinite Duress. You've got the I mean, Hallucinate and Apotheosis kind of suck, but the Unstoppable Force is very good at killing Neela, especially with the AP ratios that Sylas hijacks the ultimate for. It definitely is something that you're going to want to look into. So, here we go. And what support are we blind picking? Oh, okay. Never mind. Fan deciding to bust out the Leona. Alright, so Tristana gonna have an aggressive pairing champion. Unfortunately, though, in the Neela matchup specifically, Leona tends to be a little less good pre-6 due to the fact that the Rushing Waters, the Counter-Strike Neela has, immunes auto attacks. And the Q, the Shield of Daybreak, is an auto attack. So that's a draft finish. It's Neela Nami versus Tristana Leona. I think, honestly, you murder the Nami outright in a trade, and then you walk away. You don't even bother with the Neela. You just kill the Nami on repeat. I'm going to be interested in seeing how Tsumishato's plays into this Warwick matchup that got picked into him. And the Malphite versus Sylas matchup, I think it should heavily be Sylas' favorite, because Sylas, unlike Malphite, has sustain. And I'm excited to see what Shadow Boy... what Shadow Boy will be doing in terms of the jungle pathing. So the Shaco could be pivotal early on here in the draft. We'll have to find out. Alright, here we go. We're gonna switch to the in-game perspective for you guys, so do not worry. It's a BAM! So I'm gonna minimize, I'm not gonna minimize that, sorry. bring that back up. I'm just going to move it over here. So, essentially how it'll work is, since we are in Champion Select, we got about 5 minutes before we get into the game. So make sure you go grab yourself a drink. I'm actually going to go grab myself a refill on the water I had because I ran out of water. Yeah. While we do this, we'll talk a little bit about what the team comps kind of want to do in just like a minute or two. So I'll be right back. Just gonna get some water. And I'll mute the mic because I'll probably stop by the restroom. Be right back. I don't know why they do that. Next game, we going fast draft. What do you mean? Sorry, I just got back. What'd I miss? Bitsy. I assume we're not in game just yet or whatever. Well, I don't know. Like normally we drop the draft link, then we do the pre-draft, then we get into the game to do the draft. I don't know anyone that actually just hops into Champ Select like right away. Unless that's not what we're talking about, I don't really know that. Apologies, I'm a little. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. I have so much stuff that I still have to do too. I have so many videos to edit. Okay, so looking at the team comps, it looks like we have probably more winning lanes when it comes to the top side of the match here for Atlas 512. It's sure that Mordekaiser and Silas definitely do scale better into the game than Malphite and Warwick. But when it comes to being able to kill Tristana versus killing Neela, I feel like Neela will have a little bit of a better survival rate. Unless Silas gets Giga Fed and is just able to one-shot pre the Apotheosis. The Apotheosis is going to be a really good source of healing, especially if Nami goes Dreammaker and not like Zax or whatever. As when you see Nami's like not going Dreammaker, you should just laugh. So interested in seeing the pathing here for the Shaco because Shadow Boy's probably gonna look to Power 6, and that first Nocturne ultimate will probably make or break that mid lane. I'm sure Joel can win alone by himself. Should probably maybe even try to find an angle for a solo kill pre-6. But that first Paranoia, I'm excited to see where it's going to be. Hopefully, it's bot lane, because given how we directed this draft here, I think that we're going to be playing more around Joel and the Drunk One, and we're going to keep Petit Altos on a little bit of an island here, just trying to isolate the Warwick for the 1v1s, because Warwick can create pretty big problems here for either Silas or Tristana if he gets ahead in terms of the coordinated draft. But, of course, on the side of Atlas 512, they don't really have any optimal split pushers. They are kind of looking for rough picks with either the Malphite ult and the Warwick ult, the Nami wave, or maybe just flanking someone with like a Shaco box. But other than that, I feel like the N9TF Miaw draft looks better than what is presented here from Atlas 512. But keep in mind, this is Scrim, it's not Fearless, so we're not going to see any disabled champions next game. But I am interested in seeing this Prio pick Tristana, what Drunk One and Fan are going to get done with this aggressive draft of the bot lane. So, getting into the early game, I think bot side wise here for Miaw, I think they really have to look to just ignore Neela. And if Neela knows how to play against the Leona, she'll stay close to her Nami to give her the anti-attack buff. But other than that, I think it's whoever gets ahead first in the laning phase will be able to transition to like a stomp towards the mid game until some of these champions start to fall off. But first time casting this. I think this roster. I'm not too sure if I've casted it before. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been almost. I don't know. I think the first time I casted Petit Michaltos was like what, almost a year ago, in Mamago. Not even a year ago, but it was like in October or something. I think that's when I remember. But anyways, we're getting ready to get into the game. Anime titty jump scare in just a second here. Avert your eyes if you are a virgin or you hate quality artwork. But here we go. Let's see who's got them skins. Who's rich, who's poor. That's what I'm interested in. I want to see who's got that tax evasion buff, ladies and gentlemen. As we get into game number 1 for Miaw versus Atlas 5. Alright, we got ourselves Old God Warwick, Arcana Shago, Lunar, Guardian Malphite, Star Guardian Neela, Covet Nami, Lunar Eclipse, Leona, Dragon Trainer, Chisana, Prestige, Project Silas, Eternum Nocturne, and poor Mordekaiser. Poor Petit Michaltos. 2 games in a row, no skins on top laners. Does he play top? Who knows? But okay, it is Grasp on the Warwick, so that is very interesting. But the barrier is used for the 1v1 prowess. There is Ignite here in the mid lane here for Silas, so I am expecting Joel to try and find a cheese angle kill early on. And we do see Exhaust versus Heal in the bot lane with double barrier. Surprisingly, no lethal tempo here on Tristana, so not looking for the longest trades, just looking for short bursts with the explosive charge. But here we go. We got quadruple Doran ring start. Oh, there is a pause. Let's see if there is a type in chat for... Okay, it looks like support connection issues. Hopefully Fan will be able to make it back in pretty soon so we can get into the heat of the action. Interestingly though, we only have 2 teleports this game, so when it comes to flanking and positioning around team fights, it is going to be important to pay attention to Malphite and Mordekaiser's teleport timers. Shaco also opting out of the flash for the combat summoner spell Ignite. Because Shaco Q is like 2 or 3 second cooldown anyways. Interested, he went Hail of Blade, so I'm going to assume it's AD Shaco, because normally AP Shaco takes something like Arcane Comet or whatever. But, yeah, I think we've got a good distribution. I'm interested in seeing what Malphite is going to build first. I'm expecting Malignance and stuff, but, I think like Malignance probably into like a slightly defensive build should be fine. I don't think they're lacking damage in this Game 1 draft. Still no sign of Fan. We're almost 2 minutes in. Hopefully she is able to reconnect. Alright, yeah, ready check is coming out here from the side of Miaw. So we should be getting into the game real soon. Remember, when we are going to unpause the game, there will be a slight frame freeze. No, the stream is not dead. It is a normal occurrence when the game unpauses. At least it's normal on my streams whenever there's an unpause. So hopefully we're getting back in the game soon. It looks like we saw the reconnection message. All right, there you go. The good luck, have fun. The ready checks have been thrown out into the chat. We are starting with the no Oracle lens early here. So not going to be able to sweep any vision, but it looks like we're not going for any offensive vision. If anything, Balsa Dragon does have a pretty good advantage here in this level 1, so Miaw does have to be a little bit careful. It is grabs, not lethal tempo though, so yeah, that is the little freeze frame that I am talking about. So don't worry, it will unpause very soon. So, but Miaw is going to have to be a little bit careful. Let's see how many isolated obliterates he's going to be able to land. Joel here is making his way up. Maybe attempting to get a cheese in the bush. Alright, Fanfan and Drunk One are spotted here on a ward. And Joel is going to make his way back into the mid lane. Looks like the bait did not work out. An isolated obliterate here coming in onto Balsa Dragon. Notice that Warwick does have the Doran's Ring because he has such great sustain. Mana is not much of an issue. Oh, it looks like maybe we're trying to trap. Oh, okay, no. Okay, we're gonna get an explosive charge with 2 shots onto Coach Fella. Alright, it is AP Malphite with the Arcane Comment Q start, so that's what Giga is gonna look to do to try and chunk the likes of Joel here in lane. Joel has to be a little bit careful. Malphite does do a decent amount of damage, but as long as there's enough mana to use Kingslayer, I think we should technically be fine here. Okay, you see those Q grass procs are pretty annoying. And we got that Kingslayer into the Abscond. The Abduct did not land though, but you can already see that Silas has a way of dealing with the Malphite shield. And ooh, a turret shot in exchange though. That is going to be unfortunate here for Joel. But Giga already down to about 30% HP. Not having too much fun in this laning phase. Levels 3 now about to hit for both top laners. Oh, okay. And Balsa Dragon doing a really doing a good job trying to survive. Miaw is doing what he can to punish. As the lower Warwick's HP is, the better his healing capabilities are. Which kind of sucks for Mordekaiser. Okay, Zinc here in the mid lane. Joel now forced to flash here. The Ignite went down. And it's Giga here with the first blood. And now Balsa Dragon here looking for a trade opportunity here on the Mordekaiser. Gonna get taken really low, which means his auto attacks are gonna do God's work. The bubble lands here onto Drunk One. The exhaust connects onto Nila. We flash forward, and Fanfan uses the Zenith Blade to taxi onto Coach Fella to be able to get away. So only the exhaust for the Nila flash use. But now Drunk One pretty low, out of sustain, and Coach Fella looking good in terms to keep his 80 carry alive. Balsa Dragon here. Gonna be able to use the Warwick Fear to get away from the tether and not have to waste his summoner on that. It's a good job by him to avoid this gank. Shaco also in the top lane now, maybe thinking about something. But Nocturne here, taking the crab and might be looking for a play here in the mid lane as Silas is going in. Joel connects the Abscond, the Abduct, the double chains, the Petricide. There's a lot of damage. A Giga Chatatron already going towards the Murtrats. So he understands. I mean, yeah, okay. There's not the most amount of CC here, but Murtrat's definitely a good option into his Silas. Does neuter a little bit of his damage output. And Joel does have to be a little bit careful. Okay, Miaw is gonna take his first recall, but here now, our Zinc here gonna put the hurt on to Joel. Oh, okay, but does he have enough damage to finish things off? Oh, ooh, yeah, with the two-shift knife, the twin-shift knife, it's gonna be enough here to kill off the Silas. Looks like we got ourselves a Vamp Scepter versus Blasting Wand in at the top lane. The Hextech Alternator finished for Silas. Malphite not really having much luck CSing, but does have a kill and an assist. an assist over Silas. So is about even in gold score. Not having too much fun in this laning phase though. Bot lane hasn't taken a recall yet. Nami still has a decent amount of mana. And now the fear comes in from the Primal Howl just to make sure that Balls of Dragon isn't taking an overly extended trade. I think we're gonna see, we're likely to see Rylai's Crystal Scepter here on the Mordekaiser first. Unless it's, yeah, because it's not for Leandri's, that's for sure. So a Cheetah recall here by Petit Michantos, gets a pair of boots and a ward. While the wave is in a frozen state. Okay, the hijack not utilized. Zinc here now in the bot lane. And now Drunk One gonna be able to get away. The bubble gonna find Fan though. But this Leona is insanely tanky. Silas still not having used the hijack. I wonder what he's holding onto it for. Okay, Warwick looks like he wants to take a trade going in, but not going to be able to proc the grasp. And now Zinc looking to try and make a return trip here. The Shadow Realm has been invoked, and the rules of the battle are clear. And Balls of Dragon gets a nice infinite duress here onto. Oh, okay. Oh, Malphite ult into a Shaco box. That's a little bit unfortunate here. For Joel, Malphite still has his ult, but running low on mana, unfortunately for Giga, not able to continue taking the trade with Joel. And as you can see, the Silas just starting to outvalue this Malphite already in the laning trades. And just the CSing in general. Level 6 achieved here for the bot lane. Drunk One gonna be caught out and forced to use a rocket jump away. Explosive charge already used. But the Nami sustain is enough and annoying. Now Coach Fella looking for another bubble. Not gonna be able to find it. And level 6 should be coming in this wave here for the bot lane. Okay, so grubs are up. It looks like Zinc here with priority and a pink ward with a lot of vision coverage is going to be opting to take the first dragon. So it's going to be a dragon for grub trade more than likely here. But this Nocturne is up on farm and XP over the Shaco. So okay, Zinc just hitting level 6 now. Means the Hallucinate is available. Looks like Malphite is indeed going Malignance, but it might be a while before he gets it. And Joel here gonna abscond out of the Shaco box. It is the grub for Dragon Trade taken, and so far things are looking good. We've got about an 800 gold lead here for the side of Miaw. Okay, the Zenith Blade is gonna miss. Neela uses the jump to get away from Leona's Zenith Blade, and Fan not gonna be able to close the gap here. Ooh, okay, that cannon miss here for Joel is gonna hurt a little bit. His lead is ooh, okay. Okay, but Michaltos might be in a bit of danger here. Oof, and a really nice Q here. Okay, the Malphite ult coming in, but it felt like it didn't do any damage. Silas healing up. Alright, we got the Weathered Waves, but the Eclipse enough, and now it's Michelle, Drunk One trying to find the bomb, but the healing here, the Apotheosis comes in on 2. The Buster Shot to throw the Neela back. And now Coach Fella has no mana. One more dash should be enough here to do it. But Neela is unable to close the gap here. And Coach Fella doesn't have enough mana to follow up. But that is Warwick starting to take a little bit of a lead in this top lane. And a nice paranoia, the first paranoia, very important. And it is Shadow Boy that is able to claim a kill on this Malphite who ran Unfortunately, Joel also ran so he didn't really have the resources to fight if he wanted to. Okay, Nocturne might be in a bit of trouble. We're not going to look at a bubble angle. Joel just really wants this cannon minion. But I think Joel is unfortunately just going to get Jeffrey Dahmered. Poor man. Blah. Okay, I think Petit Michael here looking for the possibility of a trade on the Warwick. Zorg doesn't have the Borg just yet. Does Power Spike not fully enabled? Alright, the Malady of Metal turned in. The Fear going to be dodged here by Petit Michael. Some really nice obliterates coming in. And Balls of Dragon can't really auto the Mordekaiser that well. Okay, we've got the Zenith Blade engaged. And Nocturne is looking for a play. There's no Tidal Wave just yet. But Nila is looking the Apotheosis. Not going to be able to land. The Fear Tether lands. But that's a triple bubble from the Nila. And the Tidal Wave is going to be able to find Fan. And now Shadow Boy is out of resources. Tristana, low on mana. And now Malphite is going to find the Smackdown. Unfortunate turn of events here for Miaw. But Petit Michael is looking pretty confident here. However, Warwick does have the boom. All right, looks like Warwick might be forced into using the ultimate. Joel here finds Zinc, but now he's under the turrets. Has to be able to get away, and Balls of Dragon looks like he's able to just. Okay. Joel winning that 1v2 so far, but now Coach Fella coming in for reinforcements. The bubble coming in, but the Abscond, the Abduct lands, and now the Zenith Blade found onto Gigatron. The Eclipse is the shield gonna explode here on Fan being able to find the kill here, and now Joel super happy already having his item finished. Versus the Eclipse coming in, and now Limelight gonna be stunned up. The miss is not gonna. Is it gonna be enough? The Apotheosis pulls in Shadow Boy, and the Smite is gonna be able to slow down Nila to be able to find a kill. Zinc here now looking for a kill angle onto Shadow Boy, but I mean Leona and Drunk One are available. They do find a play. They do find the Zenith Blade, but the Shaco is invisible. There are no pink wards to find the Shaco. And now we're looking at an angle to maybe be able to go in. The Zenith Blade back in. The bubble finds, but the Buster Shot is going to be too much. And now Coach Fella might be in a bit of danger, forced to flash away. The Zenith Blade is going to connect here from Fan, and things are looking good. We rocket jump. We've got the explosive charge. We're doing damage. Ooh, okay, but we do not have enough goo sauce damage to get things going. And now Silas is just murderizing the hell out of this Malphite in the laning phase. Now, Malphite 55 CS, down, how much gold? About only 1,000, so it's not that bad, but the trades definitely make it look like it's more one-sided than it is. Oh, okay, a nice bubble here onto Tristana. Drunk One taken to about 60%. But Coach Fella, no sums, no mana. Here Balls of Dragon looking to take a fight here against the Mordekaiser. Perma slowed, but gonna be able to get away. Now we've got the Yuntal versus Collector as the items here for our 80 carries. The Youmuu's on Shaco. Interesting. It looks like Stridebreaker is going to be Nocturne's item of choice. Is still up about 5 camps here, jungle-wise. And now Joel is going to find Zinc. Gonna hallucinate into the... they're going to hallucinate into the Shaco box. So... and now Joel looking for an angle here. That should be Dragon priority here for Petit Michael Tours. Okay, the Ignite's coming down. Oh, sorry, the exhaust. No, the Ignite from Joel coming down. But it finds the Clone Shadow Boy going to be taken down here by this Neela. Joel does find a kill onto Shaco though, but this Neela kind of popping off, and Coach Fella does a lot of surviving, but Drunk One gonna be able to take him out, and Miaw Scrim, well, you know, he's got the ability to just assassinate 80 carries. Balls Dragon is able to get a decent amount of turret plating, well, turret HP, but with the triple grubs and the Silas, this might be close. But still, only one dragon has been taken out this game. And, okay. It's Miaw Scrim teleported back in here, looking to find a trade against Balsa Dragon. And now Joel, in a little bit of danger, gets ignited, takes the turret aggro, and, okay. Unfortunately, gonna be taken down by Zinc. It seems that Shaco and Silas have been trading back and forth pretty much this entire game, as Malphite kind of fails to get the job done. But we might almost have, I don't know if we're going Shadow Flame second item here on the Silas, but we almost have 2 items, like an item and a half at least, with completed boots here for Silas. So looking very comfortable, at least in this matchup. Miaw Scrim has the plated steel caps. Actually, there's 3 plated steel caps. Leona, Nocturne, Mordekaiser, all prioritizing that because the Neela and the Shaco are going to be doing a lot of auto attacks. So with Warwick as well. So it's a good amount of damage reduction. And that's just going to be Herald given over here to the side of Miaw in this game number 1. See where they opt to use it. First turret still up to be taken, if anything. And there is mid lane priority. Drunk One might be caught though here. Does have the flash to be able to get over the wall, but gets caught in the bubble. And Malphite ults, unfortunately, into what feels like nothing. But Tristana gets taken down. Neela with a double kill. And now, is it enough? Unable Lime gonna have to walk away, happy with that double kill. But Miaw Scrim is the one who takes that first turret. But Joel finds the kill angle here onto Neela. Okay, Coach Fella in a little bit of danger. Just hit the turret. Oh. Okay, wow. That was closer than it should have been. Oh, and Joel is just nasty on this Silas. Able to find a lot of plays. And now with a remarkable almost 3,000 plus gold lead. He's happy with that. And that, yeah, that should be a completed item. If anything, Balsa Dragon does get to take a turret in the top lane, though, in exchange. And Shadow Flame, indeed, was the second item. We've got the second Bramble built up. Looks like Mordekaiser trying to get that Riftmaker as his second item here. Black Cleaver going to be the next item here for Nocturne. And I don't know what Shaco could be building. I think maybe IE or something like that. It really just depends. But Warwick is seeing a lot of magic damage, decides that, well, you know, gonna need some magic resist. As the Spirit Visage probably the way to go here. Gonna provide a lot of healing help, reduce the effectiveness of the anti-heal available against them. And Dreammaker was built on Ami, so no need to Rose Coast Fallow. Feels like he knows what he's doing on the Namusi. Alright, Shadow Boy gonna try and find the tether, but the hallucinate away from the tether means it's just going to break off. We've got this second dragon of the game. It's a Chemtech dragon. The Xenoblade gonna miss. We've got an Eclipse, and we're looking to find, but that's a nice double bubble. And Drunk One here gonna drive like a drunk person, trying to find a way to get to the turret. But here Silas getting caught out, has the use of his tidal wave, but not going to be able to use it. The Apotheosis, the Neela is huge here, putting in a lot of work, but unfortunately, we're not going to have the angle here to find more than a few kills. Though Zinc and Gigachatatron taken out almost instantly at the start of the fight. Joel was eliminated pretty fast they do understand that he's right now the main DPS. And I mean, it makes sense. The Sylas is hugely fed, has a 50 CS gap right now, and it looks like feeds are going to be going over here to the side of Miaw, given that this third objective is going to be won over. And we have Miaw here pushing in the mid lane, level 14 to the 13 of Warwick. Turret's already at 50%. Zinc is going to try and do something, and Coach Fella trying to get some aggro drawn away, but Nami taken to the Shadow Realm. Unfortunately, okay, the turret and Nami is a good trade here. Okay, well, unfortunately, Tristana fell for the oldest trick in the book, which is the Warwick that has barrier. But Drunkwon is just gonna trade barrier for barrier. Didn't have the ult to try and push Balsa Dragon away. But that is the Warwick ult and the barrier down. So Warwick technically not really much of a champion, at least for another 100 seconds. Actually, that looks like just a minute, actually. Atacon started up here, though, by the side of Atlas 512. And Joel here takes the Apotheosis now, looking to have fun. Now the Hallucinate has broken, the Shaco boxes are being placed, and we are almost in Paranoia range. But it looks like we're not going to try and contest. The Atacon has been secured here by Atlas 512. And now with Dragon spawning in 3 minutes in Baron, that's probably going to be the next big fight objective that we are looking for. Fan might want to think of something, but sees the Nila, decides to peel off. Joel wants to get onto this Malphite. But Malphite is going to be ulting away here. And now Balsa Dragon... yeah, he's gonna run Tristana down, you know, when you got a Predator on the loose, and he's got that infinite duress, and not gonna be able to find a way to get away from him. I don't know why Drunkwon was so happy to try and take a trade against the level 15 Warwick, but some questions are better left unanswered. Now Coach Fella might be stuck in a little bit. The skill shots, though, not really landing. The Eclipse is gonna find Joel taken really low, though, but we are getting a decent amount of damage out of this Nila. And is it gonna be enough? We got the armor pen, and now Warwick gonna take the chomp out here, Fan. And I don't think we have enough speed to catch up to this Nocturne, but this Nila is starting to hurt quite a bit and nearing that third item completion. Remember, with every percentage of crit chance Nila gets, she gets armor pen, so it doesn't really have to build LDR. I mean, can build LDR, but can also just build a defensive item instead, because she naturally gets up to like, what, 30% armor pen. So yeah, I think we might opt for the Mortal Reminder as the anti-heal, really useful against the likes of Sylas, Tristana, and Nocturne. Well, we'll have to see. Drunkwon about at the 2.5 item mark. Spirit Visage now finished onto Warwick. Now he bought a serrated Dirk. That's pretty interesting. I'm not too sure what item Warwick's going to be looking to get with that combination, but my best guess would probably be like an Edge of Night or something. But okay, we used the Rocket Belt to try and find an engage, but Joel is really hungry trying to find a kill here on this Malphite, who still only has a single Malignance to his name. Now Drunkwon forced the rocket jump away, and now Fan is taking a little bit of a beating, but unfortunately this AD heavy, this armor heavy Leona is really tanking the Eclipse. Not going to be able to find anyone, but oh, okay, Nila about to be taken down. Joel does find the backline access that he needed, but now Leona is down, and Balsa Dragon taken into the Shadow Realm by Miaw. They don't have enough damage, and Sylas is able to clean up some more kills. 10-6-7 here for Joel. He is looking pretty confident. That is going to be the Baron started up for the side of Miaw. They are at about a 6.5 key gold lead, so things are looking pretty good. Zinc has a chance to go in here for a steal, but he'll have to do it pretty convincingly. He doesn't have much time. There's no vision, so he's going in blind. He's going to try, and he does get the steal over the wall by jumping in with the hallucinate. Unfortunately, gets taken down, but that's a good amount of catch-up money here for the side of Atlas 512. Poor Shadow Boy. The smite was not enough for him. There's Nocturne, almost on 3. Oh, okay, so Phage does build into Hexblade. Okay, I did not know that. I almost never build that item. Okay, Navori finish here for Tristana. LDR finished for Nila. I would have loved to see the Mortal Reminder over the LDR for Nila, just because the Silas is so goddamn good with all that that healing and stuff, and there's no one really trying to shut down all that healing. Okay, Joel using the Nami wave, trying to find Coach Fella or Enable Lime, but the skill shots are going to go wide, so the bot lane here for Atlas 512 is going to live again. Mountain is our soul this game, but I don't know how many more Mountain Dragons we're going to be able to get. And now Joel running into a little bit of a trap, gets hit by a... okay. Well, okay, the Nocturne with a lot of attack speed here, able to take down the Malphite who took the turn in exchange. But Joel might be in a bit of a pickle, as they do like to say. The Apotheosis is going to connect. That's a big shutdown. Enable Lime gets buster shotted over the wall. But unfortunately, the damage here, the damage here for the side of... on the side of Miaw doesn't really exist anymore, and Balls of Dragon really has good innate sustain, and the Death Grasp is just gonna bring Petit Méchantos towards a faster death. This Nila, unstoppable, up almost 3,000+ gold, will be full build on this recall. I wonder what the item is gonna be. Is it like just the Immortal Shield Bow? Or are we going to see the likes of like an attack speed item? I'd love to see a defensive crit item here like the shield bow. I feel that would be fantastic given how much of a threat this player is for the enemy team. Knight's Vow also here from the Nami. Could probably keep the Nami like sustained up completely in team fights while giving Enable Lion a decent amount of damage reduction. But here we got the Serpent's Fang from Warwick. Okay, so it's Serpent's Fang, the item of choice here. I mean, okay, yeah, Mordekaiser's the only shield unit though. That's a little bit interesting. There's no there's no overheal here on the Tristana, so that is a really weird choice of items. We did get a Bramble here for the Warwick, so to maybe help a bit against the anti-heal, but it's only really Silas that has any sustain right now. Black Cleaver almost finished here for Nocturne, Immortal Shield Bow, and now we're going Death's Dance as the final item here on this Nila. So we are at max armor pen that we can get. And now Balls of Dragon, almost level 18. Nila with that rank 3 ultimate though is pretty scary, and now Zinc maybe trying to find something on Tristana. Okay, that was a good trade. It was barrier for, yeah, got the barrier out of the Tristana, so that's something to be happy about. But Zinc has very little HP, if anything. Okay, we find a play here onto Joel, a double bubble onto the front line, and now we've got the engage here, the Apotheosis, not going to be able to find the Silas here, and Joel here trying to get away, but gonna get Malphite ulted, and Fan gets murderized to the Baconator fields, and now Enable I'm here looking, and so much healing out of that Q. This Nila, once she has that Death's Dance, might just be unkillable. If anything, sell those boots and get a Bloodthirster, and it's really gonna be overkill. But the tides have completely turned, and now it looks like Atlas 512 are just insanely gapping Miaw in these team fights. Giga Chatatron almost taken down. Balls of Dragon really trying, but unfortunately went in alone. And Shadow Boy at 3 items, Tristana with 3 items plus some anti-heal, and the Warwick not faring too great. Also, one thing that is interesting to see is that Malphite has just finished his 2nd item. About to be on 2.5 items, but is a full item plus behind here against the Sylas. So we're not getting to see those unstoppable forces really do that much damage. He is holding them though to find Joel on low HP so that the Kingslayer doesn't get the miraculously full heal this Sylas back to full health. I do like the Zonias. I think a Riftmaker would be an appropriate 4th item. If anything, just giving him a little bit more agency in these extended team fights. But let's see here. Neela getting real close to finishing that Death's Dance. Just needs about 1 more wave. We've got the next Mountain Dragon here coming up in 7 seconds. Baron has spawned again. We might do like a Baron for Dragon trade. If anything, the teleport being committed by Bizimichatos. And I think that they're going to be perfectly happy with that. Denying soul points. And maybe even getting some exit kills here. The Baron is going to go here. Okay. Okay, the redemption here to stop. Oh, we're looking for Joel. Oh, but we might just be able to cut Fan off. Fan might be the one to die here. Because yeah, this Neela does a lot of damage. It's a good thing to not use any of your big cooldowns here on the Leona, knowing that you were isolated and probably going to get killed off. And yeah, looking at it, Neela does have the Death Stance in base once she does back. Balls of Dragon might be in a little bit of trouble, but the shielding here from this, the shielding and healing here from this, Nami is enough, and now Shadow Boy stuck into a 1v3 style gangbang. However, Joel happy to go back in. And Shadow Boy will get taken down. But Joel just does so much damage at this point of the game. You really can't disrespect Joel like that. And that's just a free double kill. Enable Lime though here looking to kill looking to kill Mordekaiser. Fan decides against trying to go in, and now Giga Chatatron has to try and get away here from the likes of a Joel, who's gonna keep trying. Malphite with no ultimate feels a little bit sussy-wussy, but now I think Enable Lime really has to go. And just really denying all that jungle farm away from the blue side. Just really taking like as many camps as he can. Has a full item in gold worth just in his pocket. So I wonder what else he's going to get. Like maybe a red pot? But yeah, that definitely is the Death's Dance, and maybe we look towards getting closer to that Bloodthirster, because oh no, it is a Guardian Angel. Okay, my bad. Okay, it's just a GA. It's probably what, a GA red pot? I think so, but we'll have to see here. So Battle Song here finished for Nami. I kind of like it because now that they have a lot of battle prowess, especially with this Neela. You know, they really want Neela to be able to try and close the gap. And now that Neela has that false life with the Guardian Angel, she's able to play a little bit more riskily. But it is a hit or miss. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a 3-hit. Crit. Okay, yeah, the rest of the team's in a little bit of trouble, and now Joel just gonna get taken down, and yeah, is that just the end of the game? That's a 1-minute death timer on Sylas, and Neela, she's just going slap. I whip my whip back and forth, I whip my whip back and forth, and look, she can even use the Q on turrets. Holy jamoly, that shit does damage. Okay, no minion wave here for the side of Atlas 512, but that's half the base just destroyed basically for free. And now Giga Chatatron and Balls of Dragon trying to get as much pressure as they can. And yeah, I'm unable to die on this Neela. 15, 5, and 11. And that's just going to be the end of the game. This Neela just gapping the entirety of Miaws here in game number 1. Yeah, a drunk one. Unfortunately, kind of played like a drunk person in those team fights. Was just getting found over and over and over again. Unfortunately, Joel, while he did 35k damage, wasn't able to carry his team to a victory. So as we wait to get back into the lobby here for game number 2, I like the draft from both sides, but we didn't put enough effort in trying to kill this Neela. It's unfortunate, but hey, it happens sometimes, you know? Bam, 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 bam. Alright, as we get ready to go into the game 2 draft, things I would look at, I feel like we should probably prioritize maybe a bit more of a scaling matchup here on the side for Drunk One. And if I'm Miaw, I really did not like having to play against this Neela, because we didn't really draft the hard CC answers that I idealistically would be looking for. Because if this Neela went unchallenged, you saw in that last team fight, she 3-shot Drunk One. She annihilated Fan, and Fan was like the tankiest member on the team with like Armored Advance plus like multiple segmented armor items, you know. So and then yeah, Silas, who was super Omega fed, wasn't able to get enough stuff done. We're just gonna switch the draft cam perspective here. It looks like we got Gatos Locos or Miaw here on red side for game number 2. So maybe we're going to see a little bit more of a counter pick scenario. I like Pitsmishaltos's Mordekaiser into that war. We could feel like he had the lane kingdom situation settled. And Joel, well, I mean, he won lane like level 1 and level 1 or level 2. He had already won lane, so. Okay, the Lulu gonna still be a constant ban here from 512. Zeri also taken off the board. Keep in mind now that Atlas has a blue side pick, and they did pick Neela against the Tristana pretty early on, so they might just settle on a good 80 carry pick pretty early. So it should give time for Miaw to settle the score. So far the bans have been identical. I wonder if we're going to see any changes here. Set would be the next ban here from Miaw, and we saw the we saw the Caitlyn ban here. But we are blue side here for Atlas, so maybe I don't know what kind of AD carry they want to prioritize here for the side of Miaw. But the Shaco is going to be banned away from Shadow Boy. Okay, and Tristana banned away here from Atlas 512. I mean, I think you just build another Neela comp and it just looks solid as all hell. I didn't see a problem with the Neela comp, and they can now just draft one that's even more free. But we'll see if that is indeed what we get around to. So Atlas is going... I'm sorry, don't ban the set. No worries, Shadow Moses. Are you who are you? Are you Balls of Dragon? Or are you Zinc? Alright, the LeBlanc here for Joel that was taken away here in the second rotation of bans. Gonna be picked up here. I'm excited to see what Joel's gonna do here in the mid lane, as he really kind of showed that lane kingdom aura here in game number 1. And now LeBlanc, a little bit more of a volatile champion, doesn't scale as well into... my bad. No worries. Because I see set on both you and your top laners will be that GG, so I had to ask. And we have the Lucian pick here for Drunk One. So there are some key answers here into Lucian. I wonder if Enableime does play them. But I wonder what pairing... Okay, the Braum, definitely a really good takeaway versus Lucian. Lucian Braum is a nasty combo. Lucian Nami is great, but Braum loves playing against Nami because he can essentially block almost everything in the kit, which is really good. But from what we've seen in the LCS or LTA North, whatever you guys want to call it, we've seen that LeBlanc seems to be a pretty good pick here into Viger. And okay, we are just going the scaling option here for Enableime, looking to get the 225 stack range and going to town. Okay, the Nami gonna be picked up here by FanFan, so we're gonna need some frontline options to be able to deal with the damage mitigation here for Viger and Smolder. So far we have a lot of squishies, and Viger and Smolder, well, you know, once they hit like 2 items and their thresholds, they're kind of happy to just press the ultimate and kill you. So let's see if Miaw has learned from this draft. All right, taking the Warwick away, they have an answer possibly for what was it? It was the Cho'Gath in game number 1 that they banned instead. So I'm guessing Urgot is going to be the other ban here from this side of Miaw. Mordekaiser are taken away from Betsimishaltos, which is naturally a good matchup into Cho'Gath. So let's see what ban here Miaw are going to proceed with. They have not attempted to try and ban the jungle pool this game yet. So 10 seconds on the clock. Let's see what they end up going with. Okay, it's gonna be the set this time. Okay, so the Pog is available. Maybe Betsimishaltos has an answer into it. There are some champions that are pretty good into Urgot, but I don't exactly know the matchups too well. It is just gonna be up to Atlas 512 to see if they want to slam the Urgot. Because it doesn't really fit in the kind of composition that they're trying to play right now. Actually, Urgot does get pretty tanky. Could be annoying here for LeBlanc and Lucian. But the Urgot would mean they are really short range and kind of lack a way to start the team fight. So you don't want to start the team fight with the Mom. You kind of want to save it to try and heal the Smolder up in the middle of the team fight. Unless you're like drafting a pick comp. Okay, the Monkey here for Shadow Boy. So finding more ways to find some picks here towards the mid game. Of course, Wukong not as strong as the Nocturne when it comes to isolating targets, but some good CC knockups here that do make mobile champions like Viger a lot less suitable. So let's see what Atlas 512 want to round off their draft with. They need their top laner and their jungle. Let's see here. We've got Dr. Mundo. Now, this could be jungle like it could be top, but I think it might just be the top blind pick. It's a really strong champion. Sure, sometimes it has a little bit of a weak laning phase, but once you get to like an item and a half on Mundo, you kind of just don't care about people anymore. And if you're not set behind early, you're kind of just a monster that just does shit for free. Plus, the likes of Miaw don't really have the ability to build like the likes of the Andres or like a Blade of the Rune King. So it is going to be Mundo jungle here for Zinc. And we are going to see Balls of Dragons super Urgot. Let's see what Betsimishaltos has in store for it, because they opted not to ban this champion here in second rotation. Let's find out. I'm not too sure what's very good against Urgot. Sometimes, I mean, I play like Renekton or Rumble into Urgot, but it is a finicky like skill matchup, so you have to be a little bit careful. But Betsimishaltos is gonna play the Rumble. So that's what we've got here. Our draft finish, getting ready to get into the game. All right. There we go. We're now in Champion Select, ladies and gentlemen. Will we be taken to a game 3? I don't know if this is a block of 3 or if it's a best of 3. If it's best of 3 and if it's a best of 3, then the first to get 2 wins closes the match. But a block of 3 would mean we are playing 3 games. So who knows? Ulfs told me that they like going to bed early. So I don't know if that's the case, but let's find out. Anyways, they'll tell me by the end of game 2 if there's a game 3. Trust. Damn, I saw all right. So, we've got what looks like a god tier front line here from the side of Atlas 512. But the one thing I'm a little bit scared of here on the side of Miaw is we have double AP. Wukong is a little bit of a bruiser, but I mean Wukong versus 3 frontliners, it's gonna be a little hard to get past this Braum and Urgot with the Viger cage to try and find fights. But I mean, we did get some quality team fights here from Miaw until the later stages of the mid game. So maybe yeah. So here we go. We're getting ready to get into the game. Alright, well, so Balls of Dragon kind of got stumped by Pitsimish Autos laning phase wise. So let's see if this Urgot to be kidding me, bro. Bad puns, I'll be here all day, but anyways, we're about to hit into the spectator delay, so there'll be about 3 minutes before we get into the game. Make sure you grab your drink, you grab your snack, and you are ready for some intense action, because this game, last game was pretty bloody, and it looks like we have even more people that want a team fight in this game number 2. So, we'll see here if a Drunk One and Fan can pull a fast one over our eyes, and if Giga Chatatron can redeem himself for his Game 1 performance. I just think the Nila really just cosplayed Atlas, and you know, like the pose where Atlas is holding up the world, that was his teammate. It's just like, all right, boys, hop on. Free carry city, baby! Alright. We got about a minute and a half, so make sure you are on your way back from the little boys' room or ladies' room, if don't mean to misgender anyone. And yeah, we are getting ready to get into the game. I'm excited to see, are we gonna see a mishmash of funny summoner spells again, like the ghost, the ignites, the 2 teleports, or we're gonna see something more standard? I think with this kind of like this kind of setup, I think we're gonna see like maybe like 10 flashes, 4 teleports, maybe 5 teleports if Unable Lime feels like taking it. But the Lucian matchup is kind of rough here for Smolder, at least in the early parts of the game. So maybe there's a chance that we see the likes of the Barrier, because Barrier very popular on AD carries. Because honestly, it's just unless your opponent already has Serpent's Fang, the Shield Reaver passive on you, and Barrier gives a lot of temporary HP. Alright, so we're going to turn the music off as we get ready to get into the game. Anime titty jump scare in about 30 seconds, so avert your eyes if you are sensitive to beautiful anime females. And yeah, let's see who's got them skins. Can Petit Méchantos finally have a skin, or will we go 0 for 3 in no skin games? Because the rest of his team has been jamming some cool skins, and Atlas 512 has been jamming some pretty cool skins too. So let's see if Petit Méchantos finally picked a champion in which he's got a skin on. It's time to find out. Jump scare in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, titties. Alright, here we go. The game 2 loading screen for Atlas 512 versus N9TF Miaw. Alright, we've got Poor Urgot, Corporate Mundo, Monster Tamer Viger, Poor Smolder, Pool Party Brown, Poor Rumble, Lancer Stratus Wukong, Worlds 2020 LeBlanc, High Noon Lucian, and Earth the Nami T. So unfortunately there are 3 poor people this game, so the rich people still don't have to pay taxes, but the poor people, they got a price increase. They got a tax increase of 5%. For not showing dedication to the skin gods. But as I did say, we got one more teleport, and it looks like Joel is refusing to take that summoner spell. Really loves that ignite. I mean, he put it to good use last time, so let's see if it'll be the case again here for him. This time we're not going to get quadruple Doran Ring start because Urgot doesn't do the magic damages, but double AP again here from the side of Miaw. We've got the Summonary versus Aftershock. Interesting that we've got Fleet here on Smolder. It looks like we are aiming more just for like the safe kind of easy laning phase. Everyone here is in the bush on bot side, so maybe Shadow Boy is in for a rough awakening, but there isn't that much pick potential for this monkey. Maybe just trying to find like an ideal, like maybe cheese pick or trying to burn a summoner. But it looks like, oh, maybe Joel is gonna, maybe Joel's gonna be in a bit of danger, and no, Joel! He called back to his shadow! Unfortunate! The distortion not working out too well. That's the Mundo Ghost and the Urgot Flash traded for the LeBlanc Flash. But ideally for Miaw, Braum did get the money, but it means he's coming back to lane with some boots. So let's see here if Rumble is able to abuse Balls of Dragon. Because Balls of Dragon now will be flashless for the next 5 minutes. That's a real question. Alright. Well, first Electro Harpoon does land, so things are looking good. The sewage legs are pumping and dumping like a crypto coin. And now Unable Lime, unfortunately, not playing the super OP champion. A Braum passive gets stacked. We've got the exhaust here. The Flash Force already onto Drunk One. And he's just going to be taken down. And Fan already taking the half. Joel, though, doing a good job against Giga Chattertron. Once again, just chunking and funking him out. But that is the heal from Nami for the exhaust and Flash. Drunk One did have to use both his summoners, so he is going to feel a little bit remorseful about this early laning phase. And the Smolder, with a kill and an assist, feels pretty comfortable now. Looking at the money, yeah, he's got about an almost 500 gold lead already. And Lucian does have to be careful. That's the Nami stun. And Fan now forced to flash. And that might just be a quick cheater recall here from Smolder now with that 700 gold. And now Joel might be able to get a solo kill. Yeah, he does. Uses the ignite. And that's the feat of warfare claimed. Oh, no. Oh, things are going from bad to worse. That's a 4-0-4-0-4 bot lane here from the side of Atlas 512. Enableheim and Coach Fella really breaking the legs here. Okay, Team Jalto is also missing that cannon minion. Not gonna be too happy about that. The sewage legs starting to do a decent amount of damage, but the shining light here for Miaw is that Joel is up on his LeBlanc. About half the CS the Viger has, so like doubled CS right now. Kill pressure extraordinaire, and it seems like Wukong and Rumble don't seem to be that far behind. So those are the shining lights, but unfortunately Lucian is down an entire pickaxe already. So things are not looking fun. Okay. Alright, Mundo here looking to make a pass in the bot lane. Gonna pass over Vision, but it looks like Fan and Drunk One aren't gonna notice it. The bubble not gonna connect either. And that's just a Drunk One that's gonna be gunned down. Nothing that they can do. And yeah, Giga Chattertron is just being bullied out of this lane though, but is the Fed Smolder gonna be enough to take out a Fed LeBlanc? That's the question. It's Fed LeBlanc versus Fed Smolder. That's the real question. And looking at the gold, about a 900 gold lead here for Joel versus 1200 gold lead for Enableheim in their respective lanes. Teleport here used by Balls of Dragon, but he is down about 15 CS. Let's have a wave to catch, so he's going to be able to catch up a little bit. But now Smolder has about another 1,000 gold that he wants to spend. Lucian just got his barrier back, same as Smolder. It looks like Smolder a little eager for a little bit more CS. There is a full level plus lead here for the side of Smolder, so that level 6 is going to come in a lot sooner than Lucian is expecting. I'll see here about 1,200 gold. So I'm just assuming we're going Essence Reaver, which is like the standard setup here for Smolder to have like the almost infinite Q, just permanent infinite mana style. Oh, and now Fan just gonna walk to her doom again, and no flash, uses the heal, and that's a Drunk One now getting exhausted. Oof. Now Shadow Boy looking to maybe make a catch-up play, but Enableheim still has access to the Enableheim still has his barrier and flash. So now Joel is gonna take 2 turret shots for that poke. And the Viger does have some magic resist, but now Petit Michatos might be in a bit of danger. Forced to flash out. No phase rush, but that Nimbus Cloak is definitely going to help him get out of there swiftly. But that is the Rumble Flash burned. So a repeat gank in that top lane could prove fatal. Yeah, it's almost a full item to 2 longswords. So things are not looking great here for Drunk One. He does have a little bit of money to spend. But right now, things are not going in his favor. And let's check in on our boy Smolder. He's got 48 stacks right now at 8 minutes, so it's honestly really not that bad. 50 stacks. So he's a quarter of the way to his goal. And he's honestly feeling pretty comfortable. Still has summoners, Nami no heal. So Lucian will have to rely on basically just the barrier during a trade. And they rotate it up to clear some vision. They're trying to stop Shadow Boy here from taking grubs. Zinc is gonna find him. He's gonna be able to deny one grub already went over to Shadow Boy. But now Shadow Boy might be in a bit of danger here. Forced to use the Cyclone early. Mom gonna be summoned. Not gonna find the targets. The Glacial Fissure not gonna find what it wanted. But now Betsy Michaltos gonna be sent to the boonies. Joel looking to get over the wall to find his targets. The Balls of Dragon is gonna be taken down. Joel is on a killing spree. And now, oh, okay. Does Joel have enough damage? And that is a double kill here for Joel, so he is 4-1. But now the bubble lands here on the Giga Chattertron. Nice culling, though, going to be blocked most of it by Coach Fella. And now Joel is still trying to look for some poke and picks. But Drunk One is going to be able to find an angle. Joel, though, oh. Oh. And, ooh, a shutdown, though. The Grubs helping out Enable Line. And yeah, now he's almost 2,000 gold ahead. Finish his Essence Reaver. And now they're looking to get back. Yeah, Fan in a little bit of danger. Betsy Michaltos also just going to be taken to the Slaughterhouse. And things are looking from bad to worse. The gold gap did close. But it's essentially a non-existent AD carry versus a non-existent mid laner. I mean, Viger's got Merc Treads. He's got Merc Treads to LeBlanc's like full item. So that is kind of crazy. Shojin is the next item here for Veigar. So that is what we're looking to get. And Baby Cage comes out prematurely. Just trying to avoid some damage here. But Giga Chattertron not having any fun here against Joel in this laning phase. Okay, Coach Fella might be in a bit of danger. There is a Cyclone here, but Fan gonna look for an opening. Mom's gonna be summoned, and yeah, that is the heal invested by Fan and the Cyclone. So Coach Fella getting a little bit greedy, gets caught, and does get punished for it. But it is 2-1 in objectives. Now the pill here from Zinc is gonna get popped. Another bubble lands, but they are going to be able to answer with a dragon, Infernal Dragon. That means we have another Mountain Soul this game. Really relevant here on both teams. Makes the super squishy team a bit tankier and harder to kill, but it makes the tanky team really annoying to deal with. This Mundo Urgot Braum combo is gonna be a problem if they get triple Mountain Drakes. The same thing for Miaw if they get triple Mountain Drakes. This Lucian Rumble. Okay, Fan might be going to the Shadow Realm once again. And now a Drunk One gonna be taken to the Shadow Realm here. The Glacial Fissure. And now Drug One taken down. Shadow Boy looking for his opportunity. And Abel Lime might just be dead here. Joel looking for a kill. Finds a kill here. But Fan in danger. And no Cyclone here. But Coach Fella taken down by Shadow Boy. And we are fighting back here. However, it is allowing this Viger, who is still down about 3,000 plus gold, to get a little bit of experience. So LeBlanc has ticked up to level 10. So it looks like Viger is going Rod of Ages. But at this point, I think Viger might be relevant at like the 40-minute mark. We'll have to see here. He is going to be able to get a third plate for himself. So has a little bit of funny money in his pocket. Does have enough to finish the Catalyst of the Eons if he wants to. And Balls of Dragon and Vitzmishatos are just fighting for vision control in this bush. Still no Leandries here for the side of Vitzmishatos, because he decided to finish his boots first. But yeah, this Smolder is getting close to his second item. And the damage is just getting a little McNasty. Interesting to see attack speed boots here on the Lucian. Normally, we always see CDR boots, or we see yeah, we always see CDR boots on Lucian, just because of how effective they are at giving him more of the Relentless Pursuit and the Q cooldown, which, because Lucian is a combo caster. Okay, Shadow Boy is gonna find an angle, finds a Cyclone here. Doesn't. Oh, there's not enough damage here, and Zinc just able to heal back up. And now Joel gonna find a kill here onto. So Joel gonna find a kill here onto Zinc, and now Balls of Dragon might be in a bit of danger. There's a wave that's gonna crash. No LeBlanc ultimate, no Rumble ultimate, but they should have enough damage here to kill. They should have enough damage just in general to fight back. And is that going to be the... That is going to be first turret here to the side of... first turret here to the side of N9TF Miaw. So they're going to be able to do some fun stuff, get a little bit more money, and now have about a 2,000 gold lead here. It's really just the Smolder and the Ergot that are looking good here in the favor for Atlas. The teleport here coming in from Rumble. Joel here already in the lane. We have the flash on Rumble, but we don't really have anything else to speed up trying to find Coach Fella. But yeah, Mom is... Ooh, wow. Coach Fella gonna live on barely any HP. And now Enable Lime at 15 minutes. Already at 137 stacks. But that Magi's finished. Can I... Hello? Okay. Well, I don't know. It was stuck on direct camera, but it wasn't moving. Joel trying to find a play here. And Smolder... Ooh, Smolder is gonna flash in place. And is going to find a kill here. And, yeah, that's just going to be a double kill here for Enable Lime. He's pretty happy about that. And, yeah, this Smolder is really getting to a strong point. A second objective taken here for the likes. Oh, okay. Also, Dragon forced the flash away. Drug One finally getting a little bit of redemption action here, finds a kill here onto the Ergots, and we're gonna look to try and push this turret in the mid lane, but Vitzmishatos with the Leandries able to hold his grounds. But yeah, that is the Shojin and almost the Zeal here finished for Smolder, and he's looking really comfortable at this point of the game. Unleash teleport available on Ergots, so it's probably gonna look to defend. But these Mountain Dragons are going to matter a lot. The takedown on LeBlanc really mattered because it took away about 40 AP worth of stats. And now Zinc in a little bit of danger, just getting smacked up. Forced to use the Ghost, forced to use the maximum dosage, giving priority over to the side of N9TF Miaw to start this third dragon. Lucian also dropping the Herald in the mid lane, meaning they kinda want to open up this turret and stuff. And that is going to be a turret taken here by Miaw. Lucian is starting to get back into the game. And let's see where we take this turret. Are we gonna? We're gonna. Oh, we're looking to do a double take. But the equalizer not gonna find anyone, and that is gonna be a disastrous result here for the side of Miaw. Urgot also ends up taking that turret top, and does have the minions to push into this turret. But is just going to opt to take a recall here instead. Feats of strength, though, because the dragon went over and they had taken the herald, went over to the side of N9TF Miaw like they did last game. Let's see if they can put it to better usage this game. Alright, we finally have the Rod of Ages here on Viger. Still down about 3,500 gold onto LeBlanc. But LeBlanc has been a little bit stagnant in terms of her gold acquirements. She's now officially been moved to the side lane. Against this Urgot, she should be able to get some good damage in. But I don't know if there's a lot of kill potential. It probably is, but she's at a level disadvantage against Balls of Dragon. And as we get ready for this Otacon that's spawning in a minute here, Joel might be in a bit of danger. Okay. Unfortunately, Zinc and Balls of Dragon are going to be stuck against the wall and stuff. And now Fan. Okay, are we going to use the Fear Beyond Death? No, it looks like Enable Lime is just going to be able to secure the kill. Coach Fella is going to find Joel, though. And now Joel might be in a bit of danger. Going to use the Blast Cone to get over the wall. Yeah, that's just going to be a little bit of a disastrous trade here from the side of N9TF Miaw here. Getting caught out in their own jungle. Forced to sacrifice summoner spells. And now Drunk One might be in a little bit of trouble if this Urgot or Braum can land a slow spell on him. But let's check back in on our boy Enableheim, who's at 208 stacks at 19 minutes. So, sorry, at 20 minutes. So, give or take another 2 waves, and he should be fine. Joel tries to find an assassination attempt, but now gets jumped on. And yeah, that's just another kill. Unfortunately, Joel now, his Magi's is hemorrhaging gold value. Drunken One has the culling, looking to try and find an angle here. Enable Lime forced to flash away here. Good culling so far. Gets blocked mostly by... Okay. Ooh. And that's a double kill here. Enable Lime did have to use his flash, and Viger did teleport bot lane to try and get a little bit more farm. He's not at the point in the game where he's super omega useful, but it's fine. The 4-man squad of Mundo, Urgot, Braum, and a DPS are enough right now to get the job done. Yep, that's the Otacon going down, and okay, Joel is gonna try and find a kill attempt. Is gonna, with the Storm Surge, is gonna find a kill shot here onto. Oh, okay. Maybe we're just gonna summon Mom, and is that enough damage? No, it's not. But that is the execute unlocked here for Smolder, so things are gonna get more dangerous from now on. Drunk One may look for a cheesy play here, has the speed up from Nami available, and Shadow Boy is available with the Cyclone, so they are going to look, they are going to give the shutdown here over to, Drunk One. I'm surprised we did not get the Navori Flicker Blades on Lucian. to get that combo caster style of the bam 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 boom bam 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 beam bam 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 boom. But here now with that extra money, he's got another 1,000 gold in his pocket. Let's see what he ends up picking up. Smolder though, almost at the 4 item mark. Finishes rapid fire, picked up. Viger in this minion wave almost looks like a minion. That's kind of cute. He's got the little hood like the minions do. Now get Chattatron. Gonna draw the baby cage, and the rest of the members here are gonna force Joel to kind of get away. All right, Balls of Dragon here had to flash away from the Wukong, and now we're looking. We get the tidal wave. We're looking for something, but it's gonna hit nobody. And instead, Fan is gonna be taken to the Shadow Realm. Smolder isn't even here yet. We got the Ghost on the Mundo, and the Fear Beyond Death has tagged Joel, but it looks like he's gonna be fine. However, the Dragon stacking gonna be stopped. Gonna be stopped here by Atlas 512 as they managed to get their second Dragon of the game, being a lot more valuable on this team because the front line is insanely tanky already. So it just makes them a lot tankier. And like I said, there's no percentage health damage here from anyone besides Rumble. And, oh, okay. Enable Lime in a little bit of danger. Mom gonna be summoned here. And, now Zing and Coach Fella might be in a bit of trouble. But Enable Lime is able to get the execute. And that's a double kill, triple kill. Gets the shutdown here onto the Smolder Drunk One. But the rest of his team kind of in tatters. Miaw here had to take a recall to stop Urgot from taking the turret. But Urgot might just have, with the grubs, might just have enough agency to just take it. The Purge is a very strong ability at hitting turrets. And that's going to be the Demolish proc. Okay. Balls of Dragon not going to be able to get the turret, but that's a tier 1 mid taken. And Mundo and Coach Fella just kind of having fun smacking the turret around. And Balls of Dragon is trying. Viger this whole time though is still down about 3,000 gold, but he's been able to farm up XP. And that's catching him up in stats. He doesn't have much money, if anything. He's getting closer and closer to a Shadow Flame. But for the time being, experience on this Viger is kind of just... Oh, okay. I think that should be the turrets. Yeah, that is going to be the turret top lane. So now there's only the bots. There's only the bot inner left here as a defense before we get to the base of N9TF Miaw. And the LDR already finished here for Smolder. He's really happy, sitting at 13,000 gold. 1 item away from 100% crit. I wonder what that item's going to be. I mean, the Immortal Shield Bow probably wouldn't be that bad of an item here for Smolder, as he is the only one that Joel is focusing in team fights. And it would give him a little bit of survivability versus the likes of the Lucian and the Wukong that are always trying to find him. Giga Chattatron is doing his best to play Dodgeball Simulator, as if he takes a combo from the LeBlanc, he just dies at this point of the game. He is going Ludens Companion instead of Shadow Flame, so delaying his spike even more, just trying to get a bit more mana value and some cooldown reduction. But Shadow Boy not even trying to take the, not even trying to Smite Steal the Baron. Drunk One gonna be taken down. Lucian, Lucian taken down, and now it's a 2 for 2 so far. Sorry, 2 for 3, because Joel managed to assassinate. And Miaw, the MVP performance on this Rumble, really making a comeback here in this team fight. And Nami taking the shutdown on the Brahma. Don't really know about that, but that is they managed to take the Barons away, so no Baron buffs. Miaw has caught himself up in gold. Value has about another 2,000 gold to spend, so probably expecting something like the Zonias to come in, or if anything, maybe the Bloodletter's Curse to try and help Joel do more damage. Joel should be able to finish his Shadow Flame, but we'll have to see. Another 700 gold here, so that's 2,800 in pocket, so might just go for the Death Cap, honestly. Having that huge spike of AP to be able to try and one-shot the Smolder. The Hex Drinker, beautiful buy here. Gonna delay the 100% crit power spike on Smolder. But, I mean, LeBlanc is the biggest threat to him. Though LeBlanc was not in that last team fight. So maybe it's just precautionary. So more of a reminder here, finish for Lucian. Death Cap now done here for LeBlanc. And now probably working towards the Shadow Flame or like maybe like a Voice Sap. But Miaw might have been off more than he can shoot. Has the flash, but the Fear Beyond Death is here. And just gonna get taken to the butcher shop. He couldn't find no lollipops. Now Coach Fella having a face-off versus Son Goku. And Shadow Boy's like, hey, yo, bro, that's my ward. What are you doing, bro? I'm gonna smack you. Smack you again. Smack you some more. And then the rest of his teammates are like, hey, guys, yo, give us a kill, please. Ooh, Joel missing the entire combo, but Drunk One apparently has got 2 guns. And when you got a gun with multiple bullets, it kind of hurts. Smolder is going to miss the Achui, but Shadow Boy does get a good Cyclone. And now they're stuck between like a rock and a hard place here. Shadow Boy gonna get executed though. And Mom Summon gonna assassinate Fan. And yeah, that's just a lot of damage. Now Joel might be trying for a sneaky kill, but that should just be the Mountain Soul Point here for the side of Atlas 512 here. And this Smolder coming up huge in this team fight, 19-5-6. And I'll be honest, Coach Fella having some fantastic unbreakables to save the poor damn dragon. Oh, Jesus Christ. But Miaw taking 50% of his HP from just 2 Smolder Qs. Now, Smolder has another 2,000 gold, so that is the finished Mama Mortius if he wishes to have it. So we'll see what he ends up finishing. Mundo went with a Canic Rooker in second. Smart idea. Joel does a phenomenal amount of damage. But Miaw, it doesn't look like he's doing the most amount of damage, but he does have pretty consistent magic damage across the field. Bloodletter's Curse is his next item too, so we'll have to see. Shadow Boy been able to find some really good Cyclones. Unfortunately, his team not always there to respond with the great timing for the ultimates. So he ends up sometimes just dying a bit isolated away. So Mama Mortius picked up here by Smolder is technically full build unless he sells the boots for like, I don't know, like a cooldown item or a 6 item, maybe like a Bloodthirster or something. I don't feel like he's got to move fast. I think honestly he just has to survive. Ooh, Drunk One taking so much damage from that. And now Joel looking to find an opening here on Balls of Dragon. Not going to be able to find it. And Shadow Boy gonna be taking some damage, but he's decently tanky. The Viger ult comes down though, and now and yeah, that's Gigatron finally finding the opening he wanted. And Rumble is trying to win this trade, and he's gonna get taken down by the cannon minion. Okay, the Fear Beyond Death not used yet here. Lucian taken serially low against this Smolder in a 1v1. Unfortunately, not able to get to places. Viger building towards... Oh. Ooh. Okay. The Storm Surge gonna be enough to break the Maw Shield. Now Balls of Dragon might be in a little bit of danger. Woof! Well, Balls of Dragon doing so much damage on his Urgot. That's insane. I think Coach Fella's gotta try and get out of here. Might have just sealed his own fate. Miaw is teleporting back in, looking to find the Smolder. Oh no, we are missing the combo, but at least the Equalizer plus Shadow Boy is going to be enough to find him. The Magi's also sold from the side here of Joel as he realized that a little bit too cocky of a buy. But let's see, Joel also just trying to find another kill here. Really wants some money. Coach Fella might be taken down. This Braum is decently tanky, almost at the 3-item mark. And now Viger comes in, trying to make a play. But Balsa Dragon is here looking for Fan. Giga Chatatron trying to survive the LeBlanc burst, but not going to be able to. And Wukong not going to be able to find... Oh. Okay. Urgot's going to go 1-for-1. Taking down Rumble, getting shot down by Lucian. Smolder is still dead for a little bit. We'll see if he does end up getting that 100% crit. I don't think trying to kill the Nami is worth it here, though, Zinc. That's a little bit unfortunate. Smolder is alive. And Mountain Soul is up in 50 seconds. I don't think we can allow the Mundo team to get a Mountain Soul for free. Okay, using the Mom to scout out the dragon. And now let's see, how many stacks is Smolder at now? 377 to 33 minutes. Wow. Yeah, this little dragon kind of hurts. Lucian at 100% crit capacity. So is technically his maximum damage output probably going to be buying the likes of like a Bloodthirster to be able to have a little bit more sustain. I'm curious as to why we did not get a Flicker Blade. It feels like his cooldowns are much longer because of it. Viger almost at his 3rd item mark. He's trying. He's really trying, ladies and gentlemen. But all right. Now Joel is just looking for a play here. Gonna miss the chains here. The wave is gonna find Zinc. Okay, and Eveline might be in a bit of danger. Okay, but a good team fight setup so far. However, Joel and Shadow Boy get taken down. A Drunk One does manage to kill the Urgot, and Lucian is just firing on all cylinders. And yeah, it's Viger and Braum versus 3 people. Well, it's Miaw taking that reset to make sure the Nexus turret doesn't go down. Oh, it is very low. Ooh, yeah, Lucian does a lot of damage at this point, but I feel maybe with the CDR heavier build, could have definitely looked for some better outlines. Ooh, okay. We're not gonna. Oh, yeah. That Q spell doesn't really do a lot of damage here onto the poor Lucian. Feels like he's pretty tanky with this Nami shielding and healing him up. But that's both junglers down for 10 seconds here. Shadow Boy and Joel are gonna run to the dragon as fast as they can. But yeah, that's Lucian just starting up the dragon. The teleport here coming in from Urgot. And that's Balls of Dragon. Oh, okay. Joel gonna do a nice body block here for Fan. And Miaw gonna be using the teleport to try and make sure nothing bad happens to his team. But that was a costly TP here for Miaw. Now, only a teleport available. Ooh, okay. The Winter's Bite not gonna land, but the Ghost here proc from Mundo. So now we're at double soul point. The next dragon does take it in 4 minutes, but will we be able to get there? That's the real question. Okay, and the Mundo. Oh, okay. Ooh, all right, Coach Fella. Gonna be able to kill the Lucian, but Drunk One taking down the Mundo means that there's no objective pressure here, and we're on base defense duty here for Joel and Shadow Boy right now. Maybe gonna try and make a play at this. Maybe gonna try and make a play towards this. towards this Baron, but I think we're just going to be pushing out the waves for the most time. And Joel getting close to that Void Staff, going to be a big point for him. I really think Smolder should probably just sell the boots and get his last crit item like a shield bow or something, because an extra shield could definitely help him out. Wukong up to 4 items means it's pretty comfortable at trying to find an engage solution. Yeah. There's a lot of damage in this game. A lot of damage in this game. Alright, looks like Miaw and Shadow Boy are going to be starting up the Baron. But they don't necessarily have the fastest Baron. And are going to have to call it off. Joel has to be a little bit careful too. Okay, the Fear Beyond Death does find Joel, so that's a lot of the damage gone. And let's see if we can find an opening to start this, because the Equalizer was used, and now Rumble being pushed off. The culling gonna be completely tanked, and Urgot unfortunately not gonna find what he needs. Blue team gets Baron, and Shadow Boy is trying. Shadow Boy does a lot of damage, and unfortunately, yeah, no, wow. Alright, we might be going to a game 3, but I don't think we'll be able to break the entire base in just 50 seconds. We'll have to see. We're still inner turrets to grab, but good team fight here from the side of Miaw, finding and isolating that Smolder, and the Urgot really not getting much done in the later stages of this game. Getting burst down a little too quickly, and that's gonna be at least 3 turrets plus. Okay, we are just looking to end the game. There's 10 seconds on Urgot, and we do have a wave. Oh, okay. Instead of ending, we're just gonna grab the second inhib. So there's gonna be at least one more fight. The Guardian Angel here picked up. The Guardian Angel picked up here for Smolder as we sold the boots. Still no 100% crit, so that is a little bit sad to see. I would have loved to see the likes of an Immortal Shield Bow, just to give him a little bit more survivability. And that 100% crit actually does matter for the scaling on Smolder, because he has crit scaling on his passive. So we'll see here. Mountain Soul here in 30 seconds. We get a find here onto Miaw, but he is gonna live the Fear Beyond Death. Not gonna find the right target, and Joel here not gonna set to the execute zone, but Smolder finds out, finds the right target, and now Shadow Boy in danger. No GA available, and yeah, that might just be the end of the game. We have double teleports available, but there's no wave pushing in, so it's at least gonna be the Mountain Soul, and this game is a hell of a clusterfuck. Yeah, this time, unfortunately, Miaw getting caught out. And now, now we're getting ready. We're getting ready for probably what is going to be the final fight of the game. There's 6 items on most champions. Mundo still only has 4 items. But, oh, okay. Enable Lime gets caught out here. Oh. Okay, the GA is popped out here from Enable Lime, so he's not going to have it for the next team fight. And let's see here, Joel is trying to find Enable Lime here. Really speeding through. Oh, but the execute onto Joel. That's a 60-second death timer without the LeBlanc. A little bit of a mistake. No Zonia's in the build means that you make one mistake, you just die. Alright. Now we're pushing in the mid. Oh, it says the GA is up, but there's no GA. We saw it pop. Okay, interesting. Okay, Fan here might have gotten caught now. And that's an execute here. Shadow Boy has to find his way onto Lime. Okay, we killed the Smolder, but is it enough? We get the knock off the fear, and now a drunk one, unfortunately, getting feared by the Urgot, and the sewage turbo is enough. And now Mundo is making his way. Can Urgot end the game? Or is Joel gonna be able to hold the line? It was an intense game. 170,000 gold, 7 dragons, 2 barons. Okay, Joel tries, but it doesn't have the wave clear. Viger's up in 30 seconds. Okay, turn number 1 goes down. Turn number 2 goes down. And now it's the Nexus. Joel has to fight. He's only got like a few more seconds before Mundo just bum rushes. And no, that's gonna be it. Unfortunately, N9TF Miaw aren't gonna be able to bring us to a game number 3. And yeah, let's head back to the super webcam here as we wrap up tonight's live streams. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and checking out the stream. It was a little bit of an impromptu stream, but I'm glad I was able to set it up for you guys. It was a fun, honestly, it was a fun scrim to cast. There was an insane amount of action. 92 kills. Sorry, 80, yeah, 92 kills this game, and like, I think 50 or 60 in the last one. So, about 150 kills in two games. So, we definitely got the action that we were looking for. So hopefully we'll get to see more of either 512 Atlas or N9TF Miaw in leagues to come. Maybe more fun Elo leagues, but they were a lot of fun to watch. Doors. Let me just answer a DM. Okay. So, it won't be too long. It'll be live for another few minutes. If anything, let's enjoy some gang. No, what is this? It's the Shipwreck Shanty from Donkey Kong 64. Oh, my voice took a beating, but hey, you know, at the end of the day, that's what casting is. Yeah, I always have fun. So if you did enjoy the live stream, make sure to click that like button on the stream. Click subscribe if you want to see more videos. We got plenty of videos from multiple genres, gacha games, Yu-Gi-Oh, RuneScape, trading card games like Magic Arena and stuff. So a bunch of cool shit coming up. And we still have... Oh, sorry, I just stretch it. Gotta get a good stretch in after a nice cast, you know, because I don't really do much standing cast anymore. Hold on. You can... Yeah. Yeah. All right, give me just a quick second, guys. I'm gonna mic off for just a quick second. Oh my god. Wait, I've been muted for how long? Mishatos, have you been hearing me this entire time or have been talking on vid? Oh. You've heard me the entire time? Wow, okay. They said I was muted on stream. Oh, wow, I've been ranting for like 20 minutes. Okay, wow. Alright, well. Okay, well, at what point did you guys not hear me? Is it when I said, is it when I started like typing on my keyboard? Because, Jesus, that was before the call even started. That's, yeah, okay. But, yeah, I think you get the point of what I was trying to make, right? Yeah, those are like the biggest like key factor things to look for. Yeah, I'm sorry, Enable Lime, if you guys didn't hear like any of like the coaching advice and stuff. To recap, because I don't have enough saliva to give the same speech for another 20 minutes. Let me take a drink of water and I'll give a proper recap. Give me a second. Apologies. I wish someone had told me sooner, but I guess no one noticed. All right. To recap, I mentioned how in game one, Neela, it felt like she had, there was nothing stopping her. There was not enough hard CC to be able to lock down Enable Lime, where he just ended up taking over the game. The rest of the team kind of just lost to the Silas, but I mean, hey, when Neela 3 shots, you're almost 20 kill Silas, who's full build. Well, you know, there's only so much you can do, right? I like the aggressive pairing from the Tristana Leona, but there wasn't enough lockdown. And I feel like even as the Mordekaiser, if you were to ult Daniela, you'd instantly die, and then the rest of the team would die as well. But I like the draft. It looked nice, but at the end of the day, you know, I didn't know Enable Lime was going to pop off so hard, because that's the thing, right, with like super late game scaling champions, because champions that gain armor pen when they build crit, that's just kind of nasty, because they end up having almost 60% armor pen when they build their LDR. And but the early and the mid game was played super well, was played super fine here on both teams. Feel like the Silas kind of lane kingdomed, Joel lane kingdom Giga both games like really hard. So I'm surprised there were so little plays around the Silas. I feel like Nocturne, Shadow Boy had some really decent jungle games for games 1 and games 2. During the Wukong game it was a little harder than during the Nocturne game. But other than that, for game 2, I really liked the LeBlanc pick, but I felt that the Nami pick into the Braum didn't make much sense, since we already knew that like Lucian already kind of struggles into Braum because of like the Winter's Bite, being able to get the stun, and that's what ended up losing you guys to trades early. But then to pick another champion that just instantly loses to Braum E, it felt a little wonky. Personally, I would have loved something a little more aggressive, but hey, you know, if it's not in the repertoire, there's always time to learn something a little more aggressive in the repertoire for when we get around. Because if you look at the comp that they drafted, you know, you have the LeBlanc, you have the Wukong, you have the Rumble, you have people that want, you know, they want to go and, you know, you drop the ult and you're going to find a pick, and then the Nami unfortunately was so far behind, and the tidal waves, they didn't hit when they needed to. That also just really hurt, because the champion insta loses to Braum, but even when Braum's not around to break the tidal waves, we're not landing the skill shot. So that is a little bit unfortunate. And the massacre that happened in the bot lane, normally when you fall behind, you're really not supposed to try and double down. You know, it's not the laning phase is not a casino, right? You know, like sometimes, you know, right, you can double down and say, okay, we were really close, we'll try it again, and this time we'll get him. But, you know, by the time it fails the second time, you're already super far behind. And if you try it again, then to be fair, in most like analysts' eyes or coaches' eyes, right? Like the game is just gone by that point. It was fantastic that Joel was able to make Giga into like an NPC for 90% of the game. But I mean, eventually, Viger kind of scaled. He had a few items. He did stuff. It felt okay, which was fine. But yeah, no, LeBlanc won lane hard. But eventually, the super omega tanky frontline was enough to survive one LeBlanc combo. And then, well, because Smolder has an execute, as long as you tag her with the Braum passive, she didn't have Zonia, so there's like outside of a really good distortion dodge on the Braum Q or the Braum auto, it was basically a confirmed death, which is what happened like at Baron where Joel got caught out, and then you guys took a team fight, ended up winning that team fight without Joel. Wait, yes, it was like watching KT Roaster in the SCK, like it was wee. But game 2 definitely it felt more of like a plane taking a nosedive than a roller coaster. There were some close moments, but there were definitely some points where it just felt like there was no coming back up, like the rails had broken on the chart. Oh yeah. When you guys had Baron with a wave, you guys decided to take mid in him instead of ending the game. I mean, like, look, it's just like what? It's just an Urgot alive, and Urgot can't stop a Baron up cannon wave with 5 champions hitting a turret. Plus, you guys had grubs. You guys had 1 grub, so that was even more of a reason to go for it. So at the end of the day, I feel like there is a communication issue. There is a clear lack of a shot caller. If there isn't one, there is always time to develop one. It does take talent to be charismatic in pressure scenarios, so it's not for everyone. But I think there definitely is someone on the roster who would probably have the skill set to do it. I don't know you guys that well yet, but I definitely feel there could be someone, being like the leader, at least for to clear the clutter in the team fights. Because some of the target focus, especially in the second game, it felt like you guys were fighting fights on different fronts. Like the LeBlanc was trying to assassinate someone, you were trying to find a pick, Shadow Boy and Juggen 1 were trying to fight their own front. It felt very like segregated in terms of like the target priority, right? Because like if the Smolder dies, you win the team fight. So everyone should be putting the resources into killing this damn Smolder, then you kill the Urgot and the team fight ends, right? Because the Viger, at that point in the game, down like 7,000 gold, has like a single item, doesn't do much, right? And 1 Viger spell rotation doesn't kill 5 people. So, I feel like there is stuff to work on. I do, to recap also, I do like Joel's champion pool. I like your champion pool. I would have liked to see a little less double AP because you guys did Silas, Mordekaiser, and then LeBlanc Rumble. And while I get it, the double APs are nice. It kind of made it easy for the enemy team to itemize. I think almost everyone had a Koenig Rooker at a point in the game, and Koenig Rooker is just like really good into double APs. Like you had the Leandries, but like a mage like LeBlanc really suffers when she sees someone have like an extra like 800 HP for free, right? It's not something that she can just constantly get through. And like once Urgot had that item, then Joel couldn't kill. Joel couldn't win a trade against the Urgot anymore, right? Mundo built it, and it kind of became almost immune to the LeBlanc. And like even Smolder had the what's it called, man? The Miaw. He had basically the AD version of the Koenig Rooker, right? So like Joel, like, because when you play with assassins, the biggest thing when you play with assassins is they're on a timer, because there's no assassin in the game that can 1v9. Sure, solo queue, maybe, like the dream scenario where like you're playing Kiana, you find 5 people against the wall, you throw the ulti, throw the ICQ, and you get an instant pentakill or whatever. That's like the ideal scenario for like a Talon or a Kiana, right? But like a LeBlanc, she's good at killing 1 person, right? And then she's got to wait like 10 to 15 seconds. But sometimes the fights don't last an extra 10 to 15 seconds. I'm not saying that it's bad that Joel played the LeBlanc here, but the game went on so long that people just had enough stats to survive the LeBlanc burst. And when LeBlanc's not able to like instantly, like when LeBlanc, whoever's going in, isn't able to instantly like one shot the person they're trying to kill, it really, really hurts them. Because like the whole point of picking the assassin, I go in, I kill the squishy targets, but then at some point like Viger was the only squishy target left because he didn't have any magic resist besides like merc threats, right? But yeah, no, but I like. I feel like the jungle played pretty well. There were some times where he got outsmited, especially in game one for that Baron. I think that I don't know if that Baron ended the game, but the word Shaco just jumped over the pit and just slowed the game down by at least like an extra 5+ minutes. So that smiting, it's a confidence thing, because at the end of the day, the better smite wins. And when it comes to like these haymaker objectives, like early dragons, sometimes it's okay to get it stolen, but try not to. We gotta try to not make it a habit of, right? Because I think when you guys were doing that Baron, you guys had an opportunity to maybe see where the Shaco was. Like you could put a ward behind and then like stall the Shaco or like kind of kill him before he jumps in just to smite. That's maybe something to look at in the VOD. And other than that, I feel like Shadowboy played really well. Like I said, I really liked your Mordekaiser. Your Rumble, I felt it was a little bit weaker. There were some very questionable plays, but you had some decent ults, and I feel like overall you did a decent amount of damage. I love Joel's both picks. Feel like he played fantastically. Wish you guys would play around him a little bit more. I feel like a Drunk One and Fan should probably play a little bit on the safer side, especially if something goes wrong early, like just to not make a mountain out of a molehill. Because like Lucian, especially the one thing I didn't really understand the build, because we went Berserker Greaves Collector instead of Navori Flickerblade Lucidity Boots, right? And like the whole point with Lucian is he's not, well, yes, he's an auto attacker, but he's what we call a combo caster. Because like you'll Q, auto, E, auto, W, like like you want to chain your passive as often as you can, because that's how you maximize like the damage output here on Lucian, right? So with the cooldown boots and the Flicker Blade, you already had the Essence Reaver, right? So you essentially have infinite mana, and then with the Flicker Blade, you have infinite cooldowns. So your E already becomes like -2 cooldowns, so you have it every like 2 seconds or something because you're just popping off and stuff. So maybe a little bit of build review for the Lucian. The Tristana game, he built Flicker Blade, it was good. I liked it. Because Tristana, also another champion that likes cycling through the abilities quite a bit, But Lucian, without the Flicker Blade, it just feels like at that end the cooldown boost, they make it like a really good combo because they also give him like his summoner spell haste or whatever, which allows him to play more aggressively with the likes of the things like a barrier and a flash, right? But I feel like without the super cooldown reduction that Lucian normally has, I feel like he loses like a big part of his like identity as a champion, because he's not like Twitch or Kaisa or like Zeri that just autos once and then does like 50 million damage, right? He kind of has to cycle through the abilities and stuff. I definitely feel there's support pool wise. I was a big fan of the Leona. Personally, I feel like Rakan and Rel are good bridges from Enchanter to Engage, because they're more on the like playmaker style, but less on the like herp derp Alistar press W Q bam bam, and they're a lot more let's say finicky to play with. The higher mobility, right? Because Alistar ends up getting caught, ends up dying, right? It happens. But like Rakan, you got the jump in, you got 2 jumps out, you got the quickness, and you have sustain. So he's just kind of like an enchanter that has engaged probability. So that's like the best probably like starting point for like trying to like merge the champion pool. As definitely with the way a Drunk One likes to play, or well, from what I saw in the 2 games, right? I feel like there definitely has to be Well, no, like yeah, like I said, in the game two or whatever, they had Baron. They had just taken the top inhib. They decided not to end the game because I mean, Urgot was coming back in like 6 seconds, but you have one grub, you have 5 champions, and I don't know if you had a demolish proc on one of the champions, but I'm pretty sure that was the game. Eventually, unfortunately, you get caught at a dragon fight, and something happens in the mid lane, and then the game just ends. And well, I mean, it happens, you know. Sometimes there's a lack of communication. There are games that go sour after a bad play, but hey, that's why we look to review, we look to learn, we look to understand, and I think I've pretty much said everything that needs to be said in terms of accounting the review aspect of it. Petit Michantos, unless you feel like I've missed out on something. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. So, looks, we're going to be wrapping up the stream here. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for like the 15 minutes where I was muted. Honestly, I didn't notice because my mic was picking up noise. But I guess, well, you know, it was like you click the button, so I hadn't realized that there was noise or whatever. So, that's unfortunate. But, yeah, I look forward to doing more of these. Hopefully with you guys, you know, I would love to see this team grow, you know, especially if, you know, want to take it to tournaments and stuff like that. And hopefully we got well, I'm not going to say more interesting drafts, but more like adapted drafts to, I want to say like the comfort aspect that you guys have. Because I felt like game one, I felt like Joel was super comfortable. Like mid jungle, I feel like their picks in both games, they played super well. They felt super comfortable, but I felt a little bit of a disconnect in terms of I don't know. I want to say the comfort picks. I don't know what, because you know, like everyone has their like, you know, little niche of like the uber mega comfort picks where they feel like super comfortable playing regardless of the scenario. And for game two, outside of that LeBlanc, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the super comfort. Not like like I said, I love your Mordekaiser, but I feel the Rumble. You know, there's definitely a little bit of je ne sais quoi that can be improved on, but you know, maybe, yeah. I feel like if you guys had support with crowd control, say like Leona, I think things could have been a lot better because the Wukong was finding fantastic engages on Enable Line, right? But there just wasn't anyone following up, and if Joel was dead, by the Smolder was living. So, but that's my opinion on it, because I feel like when you're drafting like a pick style comp, you really need CC, like heavy CC, like, you know, like a point where you yeah, I'd love to see another scrim if you guys could ever set it up another time or whatever. But the games were close, the games were fun to cast. And stuff. So yeah, that's where we're gonna be wrapping up the stream. I'm gonna just turn back to the super webcam here. So I want to thank you guys. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. We're gonna be live tomorrow for those interested. I am doing the higher ELO prestige tier list with Vince and a few friends tomorrow night for the people that are interested in watching that. And if not, we have Eternal Esports playoffs, I think, starting this weekend. So, if you're interested in some quality action-based best of fives that are probably going to be hard fearless for most of them, that's what we're looking at least for this weekend. And next week, well, we'll see what we're going to do. But we try and be a lot more consistent with yeah. Definitely starting scrims at like 6:30. Sometimes it can be a little rough because, especially when I was playing on a team or whatever, normally scrims would be starting around like sometimes 8, 9ish, maybe sometimes even 10ish during the week. So it's kind of crazy. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Ciao, bye now.